Hey, my loves, welcome to another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment because I love to bump gums with you. Hope you enjoy. Hello, gorgeous. It is yours truly, Lala Kent. We are fresh off of a weekend where we filmed the reunion, season 11 Vanderpump Rules reunion. We're fresh off of a weekend of me staying out until 1:30, which is a.m.
Yeah. We had her out and about.
And after the reunion, it seemed.
Yes, which is not like me at all. I usually go straight home after a reunion, but I was feeling relieved.
Can you give us anything? I know you can't give us much. Can you give us any word or how you felt after the reunion? Filming.
I can say that it was very, very, very intense.
Intense.
At the very end.
Okay.
It got very intense. And I've said on this podcast before, when I push things under the rug at some point, I say things that I can't come back from. And that happened at the finale of season 11.
Mm-hmm.
And that all is shown. It's going to be, I think people will really enjoy the reunion. It was just an intense, one of the most intense I think I've ever experienced.
If you could say it's the same as another reunion.
It's not. Just gonna say,
is that like, could you compare it to something?
What about compared to last year? If last year was a 9?
It's different.
Okay.
Because it's a rare occasion that the fourth wall is broken. And that happens.
Okay.
Which I think the audience really likes when you break the fourth wall. I know I enjoy it when I watch Housewives. Like there was, I can't remember what season, but it was when Teresa and Melissa were getting along on Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And they brought Danielle Staub back in and she talks about things that happened. And I remember Teresa at this pool party being like, you guys can't air this. And Melissa's like, they're going to air it, Teresa. This is going on TV. And I just remember it being, I just find it really interesting when they break the fourth wall. It was intense in the moment, but I felt like I took a giant shit and I felt extremely relieved when I left. So relieved that I was like, I feel like fucking partying a little bit.
Oh, she called me at 8:15.
And said, let's go out.
Yeah, she
I
goes,
said,
what are
let's
you
go
doing?
out, meet
I
us.
Do something.
Yeah, let's go. I said, I want a mini golf. Scheana said, do you want to go to the batting cages? And I was like, I just want to go home and like regroup and cry. Mm-hmm. And then after I got a good cry out, because I tend to cry when I'm frustrated, I was like, let's go like play mini golf. And then we attempted, it was like 11:30. We attempted to go to IHOP, but there was only one, there were like a lot of us. There were like 15 of us.
So fun.
And one chef.
And there was only one chef. So they were like, the food's going to take like an hour. Well, next door is this stellar, authentic as it gets Mexican restaurant. And there's a DJ and you can tell everyone who goes to this restaurant is a regular.
Okay.
Because they all got up and started dancing. They had these like little dance moves. The DJ would turn the music down and they would continue singing. They had like their kids there. We were rocking 1:30 a.m.
1:30, it's open, and you guys are eating and dancing.
Eating, dancing, celebrating our friend Bach's birthday.
Happy birthday, Bach.
Yes.
Aww.
And there were like little kids who were like sleeping
There was
while
one
their
girl.
parents were just having the best time ever.
There was one little girl, and she was like, her head was just on the table the whole night. And then she would get the
courage
to go up to her mom and go, can we go home? And her mom just dancing would go, one more.
Yeah.
And then goes back to this.
I mean, the next day was Sunday, which was way chill. And then we went to brunch on Sunday.
That we did.
We did. We went home, watched Hunger Games, but really watched the inside of our eyelids because we all fell asleep.
Oh, it was a good nap.
You were up
Yeah,
late.
it was great.
Nap day.
Stopped at Chili's, got some queso to go, watched some 2020. I honestly, after this reunion, it was emotionally draining in the moment. And I probably obsessed for like maybe an hour after it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just sheer relief. And when you have a purge like I had, and then everyone gets to see it, and then you're asked if you would change anything, and you get to say, I stand by everything I said. It's like the truth is powerful. Speaking your own, it's a weight lifted off, and I left going, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I'm free falling. Free falling. And I don't give a damn if anyone catches me either.
Free falling on her face. No, she's not. She's not.
No, I always land on my feet, bitch.
Yay. Okay, good.
Let's
Great.
talk about some of the headlines that producer John rolled in and talked about. They're on all ends. Both ends of the spectrum, everything in between. Little dark, little fun. Let's talk about them.
Let's talk about him.
The first one is Dan Schneider with the Nickelodeon, correct, producer John? Yeah, that's a thumbs up. And him, I guess there's like...
Documentary, Quiet on Set.
Quiet on Set, yes. And there's like a clip going around of him in a hot tub with Amanda Bynes.
I remember watching that on TV.
And it was weird then. And he's fully clothed. It's just a weird setup.
And like him working, I always think, just him. He's like an EP or obviously someone powerful. I don't know his title. I haven't seen the doc. But him working himself into the sketch is weird. And maybe he didn't. Maybe someone was like, Dan, it'd be fun. But obviously part of him wants to be the star. And it just creeps me out. He's in a hot tub. He thinks it's funny. It's corny. He's with Amanda Bynes, a child who's in a bathing suit.
How old is Amanda at the time? Do you know?
She looks about...
I was about to say like 11. Yeah, in that.
Okay.
It was just weird. And it was like, it's not funny. There's so many things that Nickelodeon did that was like with feet. They say Dan has an obsession with feet. This Dan Schneider guy. And he worked it into shows. And so there's weird shit that Nickelodeon does where I'm like, what is this? This is not funny.
Does or did?
Did. Maybe
Okay.
did. Oh, I don't know. I haven't watched Nickelodeon in forever.
You mean you don't go home after work and just turn it on?
Turn on SpongeBob.
I loved Nickelodeon so much.
Dan Schneider denies.
Oh, he denies.
Nick Child actor claims from Quiet on Set. Let me just say this.
Let's hear it.
On what planet? Okay. It's like, we all know the drill. The accusations come out.
Yeah.
And the person accused of these things denies. Like, what do you think he's going to say? Like, yep, all true. Every single word is true. Like, what?
Take me away.
Cling, cling, bitch.
Take me away.
Like, it's like, can we just like stop giving them a platform to deny?
Right? I agree.
But then again, what if none of it's true? I don't know. I'm just here reading the headlines, delivering the news.
And look.
Allegedly
Allegedly
this is going on.
The news.
You're welcome. Your number one news source. Give them Lala Podcast, Lala Kent, ladies and gentlemen. Delivering the news.
No, but it is. It's like he staunchly denies. It's like, oh, suck a dick.
He probably did.
Fuck you. Moving on. Madonna calls out sitting fan at her concert, who ends up being in a wheelchair, by the way.
But why was she sitting?
No, but then she goes over to the stage and looks and says like, oh my gosh, like that was not very PC of me. I'm so happy that you came to the show.
Right.
And the fan who was in the wheelchair was like totally fine about it. She was like, hey, there are people that are in wheelchairs that can stand up. Maybe she just didn't know.
Frauds.
That's a fan.
You know, that's a fan. And I think we should learn something from both of these people, Madonna and the diehard fan. Let's maybe be a little bit more conscious of what we say.
Okay.
Unless you're filming a reality show. Then say whatever
go at
the
their
fuck
fucking
you want.
throat.
But just like maybe if you see someone sitting at your concert, maybe like don't call them out and let's maybe approach to see maybe there's a reason. But also really a fan of this fan.
Me too.
For being like, you know what? There was an ill intent behind it.
Yeah.
Like she wasn't trying to be a dick. She wanted everyone to have fun. And she was probably thinking like, oh my gosh, there's someone who's not really having that much fun.
Yeah.
And what do? We always focus on, we see hundreds of thousands of people standing, but the one person who isn't, let's fixate on them.
Right.
You know, the one negative comment, we always fixate on that.
Right. In news that is similar, some artists just, Miranda Lambert. Oh, this was this past year. I don't know when this was. Now I'm
It's
delivering
news
the
to
news.
me and us,
But
so
she
it's
basically
new.
called out fans for having their phones out at her concert. And she said, like, which, okay, on one end, I understand. She's at the age where she remembers being at concerts, enjoying them without filming every 2 seconds. But also, it's like, let the fans do what they want. They're at
They
their
paid
concert.
to be here.
They paid
But
to be
I kind
here.
of agree with her.
Do you?
Yeah, I went to Rolling Loud on Thursday to see Kanye.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have my phone out. I'm just in the experience, and all I see is everybody else's phone.
Well, they were hoping he would say something stupid
Like
and
an
get it
idiot,
to
like the
TMZ
idiot
first.
he is.
Well, no, it was a concert, so he's just up there just singing. But
Oh.
it's like,
Was
at
he?
what point? Yeah, well, it
Did
was a
Northwest
listening.
make an appearance?
Yeah, and it was
No way.
It was called a listening party. There was
Okay.
no mics, so they just played music.
Oh,
and they
but-
just like danced around.
But North was there.
North was there. We don't know if Kanye was there because,
What?
well, here's the thing: he's brilliant. He always wears a black mask,
Oh, he just send
so
anyone
he can
in.
send anyone.
That looks like his body
Yeah,
type.
and if you go
Honestly,
back and watch
though,
it,
I
was watching it with Mo.
I truly don't think he would send Northwest there and
Without
not be
him.
there.
But here's the crazy thing. I was
Tell
watching
me.
it with Mo, Sick, and Block, and we were all thinking like that, the way that he was interacting with North, we were like, it didn't seem like a father-daughter, like,
Okay, so maybe he didn't. Was this the same? This wasn't the
This
listening
is on
party
Thursday.
that Bianca and Kim were at, right?
I don't know, it was
They were
Rolling
at a
Loud, first night,
I don't
Thursday.
know. I can't remember.
Is
But they
that-
were
okay.
seen together, and people were giving Kim a lot of props that like she really does care about her kids and whatever she feels is in their best interest. It's a quality I admire.
Love that.
But back to it, I enjoyed watching North up there.
You
and,
did?
Yeah, without
tell
my
you?
phone out. And here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
To
okay.
everybody who's videoing, who are you showing it to?
Easton, those are called memories that sometimes you just keep for yourself. Do you know how many times I go back and look at videos from when Elton John performed at Dodger Stadium, his last concert he will ever perform in
That's
America?
And that's a very different. That's,
It's not different because even if it wasn't his last concert, there are people where they're like, I saved to go to this concert. I don't know that I'll ever see Miranda Lambert in concert again. I don't know that I'll ever see Kanye West at a listening party again. There's a reason why there's the double-edged sword of like, yes, it takes you out of the moment, but how beautiful that I can go back and relive a moment that I'm never going to get again.
That's true. Here's
But-
how you do it. Here's how you do it because it's been done before in front of me and it was beautiful. Boys Like Girls did it when we were young. I feel like producer John was there. Everyone had their phones out. They started singing their hit. They sang it, first verse, chorus. They stopped and they go, okay, great, guys. Everyone got the video. Can we all put our phones down now and live in the moment just for this
I love
one
that.
song?
I do like that too.
And it was great.
Yeah.
We got our videos of the song and then we moved
And now
on.
you get to enjoy the moment.
Yes.
I'm
You want-
very in the moment type guy.
Well, I am too. And a lot of times I'm like, damn it, how did I not just capture that?
Right.
You know?
It is a double-edged sword.
But there's nothing like the memory in your head.
That's true.
It's pretty untouchable.
Well, that's how I'm-
Sometimes I watch it back and I'm like, oh man, it was much better
In my head,
live."
and I'm not going to do that.
Unless you lose the memories like me slowly. I'm losing the
No,
memories.
I'm ADD.
Okay, real quick.
Okay.
Let's talk about this. Bruno Mars, $50 million in gambling debt to MGM. A source says, allegedly, MGM basically owns him now.
Makes me sick. Pay them off because they do own you until you.
Well, and that freaks me out because, like, gambling debts,
Scary.
scary.
But now we know if anything ever happens to Bruno Mars, MGM, we're coming
Behind
for ya.
If anything ever happens to Bruno,
50
Mars,
million. How do you
they
even
send
get
him to Mars. Exactly what they did because they could afford it. 50 million, I'm sure they could drop him right off on Mars. Bye.
50 million. How do you even get in that much debt?
I mean, I know gamblers, and
Yeah.
it's very easy to get into debt. In fact, I'm going and playing in a poker tournament in May,
Okay.
and I don't like losing money. I'm not a gambler, but I'm sitting here going like, this is going to be a lot of fun because I've heard it's a lot of fun, but I'm interested to just be back in that environment because I feel like a lot of these gamblers sit at the poker tables and that's where they lose most of their money.
Yeah, probably.
Or blackjack maybe.
So
all of it.
What do you do for it? What do you do for it? Do you set aside a certain amount of money and you're like, this is how much I'm bringing in?
I'm not sure how it works.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh.
Wait,
I didn't know. Like, okay, if
How do you gamble?
How do you gamble without being in insane debt? Like a normal person.
Oh, well, then that's the one thing.
I
Usually
think-
there's buy-in. So he could have had like 2 games that were like $5 million buy-in. So now you're already in debt $10 million.
That's very true.
Woo.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I just want to play with like chips.
Yeah.
Well, you still have to buy those.
No, but just like in a room with family members.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Like not
I
a
was about
real
to say,
game.
I don't know who's giving you them, but you still got to put paper down to get
No,
them
I'm saying
chips.
let's abort the casino and let's just play in the room.
Agreed.
$5 buy-in.
I'd like
I'm
to
sure
play,
those exist too.
Yeah, with just chips, like edible chips and food and stuff. That's what I'll play with. That's what I'll play with. I'm not trying to spend money. I'll play with $20.
You get the whole bag of Cadbury
Eggs.
Easter eggs. So one of the first things I did before I moved into my new house was sign up with American Home Shield and add them to my favorite list on my contacts. I am definitely not a fix-it-myself kind of girl. I know that shocks you all. So having American Home Shield was a must for me. With AHS, you can protect all those things you don't expect, like a leaky faucet or faulty water heaters or appliances breaking down. Having American Home Shield means those kinds of not-so-good surprises won't break your bank. Choose a plan that works for you and your budget, and when a covered item in your home breaks, contact American Home Shield, and their trusted and qualified pros will fix it or replace it based on the coverage limits in your agreement. American Home Shield has helped homeowners get their homes back up and running for more than 50 years and covers the items you use every day, like HVAC systems, electrical plumbing, and kitchen and laundry appliances. So go to ahs.com/GTL now to save $50. That's ahs.com/GTL for $50 off any plan. American Home Shield. Protect what you don't expect. See ahs.com for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions. What did you want to talk about, Jess? A headline that you saw?
You read a headline, Law, about rappers or something.
Oh, Dr. Dre says Eminem is untouchable on the mic and that he may catch backlash for saying that because he's a white boy, but he stands by what he says.
I don't agree, and it makes my heart. I love Eminem. But we've got Kendrick. We've got Twista. We've got, if he's talking about just the speed and the flow.
I don't think it's the speed and the
Logic.
flow.
No,
I think it's also what he's saying, what he talks about.
Lyrically?
Yeah. For me,
Yeah.
I will put K-Dot up there. But lyrically, how Eminem can put things together is, I've never heard it done in any other artist.
Logic.
Logic is good. I will say Logic is good.
And his
I actually
lyrics
really
are
like
deep.
They are. But there's something about how Eminem can like fluctuate different words to rhyme with a word that didn't rhyme. Do you get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
very like all he does is read the dictionary. I don't know if you guys know that. Eminem just reads the dictionary.
Yeah, he seems to me to be a very intelligent rapper.
He takes his rap career like it's work. He goes in the studio at 9, he leaves at 5.
See,
9 to
that's
5.
amazing.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick is a poet. What do you think about this? Because you love Tupac. We know this. Do you think this is an accurate statement?
I wouldn't go as far as to say he's untouchable on the mic.
Do you think best rapper alive? Or not alive, best rapper.
I
Ooh,
would
alive,
say
yeah.
I would say best rapper alive because if you were to go at Eminem, you can go at him, but if you were to do a freestyle, he's going to take you out at any point.
That's the thing. That's
Like,
what we have to talk about.
When you just
Anybody-
face to face, he's going to rip you up. If you have like a song that you're going to beef
But
with him,
that's-
you can go home for 2 months and try to think about what you can go at.
But
he can
that's
just do it
why he
is the best.
right, and that's why Dr. Dre was like, "Oh shit, I'm
Nobody
taking a
can touch
chance
him.
on this guy." Because you don't even have to send him home to like work on material.
It just
He does
comes.
it right there.
So it's the freestyle aspect.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what's kind of being taken away in the art of rapping is you no longer really have to be great at freestyling.
Freestyling.
And like Beyonce said, no one puts out bodies of work anymore. It's singles that you just feed to streaming platforms. And I think the perfect example for people today to see is Cardi B has not put out an album since 2018, I want to say.
Just been like singles.
Bodak Yellow came out. It's all just been singles, which is amazing. But back in the day, without putting out an album, you become,
didn't have anything.
since it's 2024, you become irrelevant.
Right.
I remember it was you would put out an EP and then you would put out your album. you dropped an album a year and you dropped an EP a year. That's what like Wayne was doing and everybody when I was growing up in like high school. And then once the streaming, like Soulja Boy, in my opinion, kind of revamped the way music went because he went digital with it.
Soulja Boy, tell him.
Soulja Boy, tell him to go digital, and he
did it.
tell him.
He told
Tell him. But yeah, nobody can touch him on the mic.
He told him. He certainly did. I remember when the song came out and we went to a party at like a very prominent name, okay, politician type shit. Ginormous house. We're talking probably 30,000 square feet, maybe bigger. Maybe bigger.
The greatest thing is we walked into
to that
house.
song over and over and over again, like it was the only song that existed on the planet.
But the dad's name wasn't it Rich or one of the names?
Yeah, that was the kid.
So there was a kid named Rich, and he introduced himself to my dad, and he goes, "Hey, I'm Rich."
And my dad
goes, "I thought he was just being a fucking asshole."
Hi, I'm Rich. I know, buddy.
Yeah,
I'm standing in your house, asshole. That's hilarious. Soulja Boy Kyle, when he was a DJ, opened for Soulja Boy, and
That's legit.
Well,
Right?
he opened for like Lil Jon and the.
Why
no,
isn't he
Ying
still
Yang
doing
Twins.
this?
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys with me.
Hey,
And we all about to see ass and titties. So bring yourself over here, ho, and let me see you get low if you want that dough.
Now take it to the floor. To the floor.
If your ass want to act, you can keep your ass where you at.
Hey, millennial anthem. Millennial anthem.
Wow.
But-
Life is so fun.
Life
Is it not?
Fun. Life is fun. But the point to that was not to brag about Kyle opening. It was everyone booed Soulja Boy because Soulja Boy came on. He was fucked up. And he
didn't tell him.
He didn't
tell him.
And he said he yelled stuff at the crowd, which I won't say here because trigger warning. But he basically had to do with violence and it had to do with weapons. And he told the crowd he was gonna they booed him and he was like, "Oh, blah blah blah, all of you."
Oh,
and everyone
Soulja
was like,
Well, blah blah. You back?
"Oh, blah blah, you back."
No, we're not blah blahing anything. We just want to listen to yours crank 'em.
Yeah. So
Crank that shit.
he did tell him, but not in the way that we
Want to be told. Okay, all fun news. Very quickly, there's not much to say about this. Gypsy Rose is taking advice from her parole officer. You know, she's the one that murdered her mom with her boyfriend. She's getting off socials because her parole officer thinks that that's probably best. And I have to say that is probably best.
I don't. Okay.
It's a rare occasion that you're convicted of murder and you get out to see the light of day again. So let's not risk it. Your mom's an asshole. You're getting a second chance at life.
So let's not be an asshole.
Yeah, but I think that's a smart decision.
it's
You
very
don't
smart.
have to listen to your parole officer, but I appreciate it when you do.
Yes, Gypsy Rose, be thankful for that. How nice would it be, La, if someone said, "Lala, you have to get off socials. Don't ever," wouldn't you be like,
You
"Done,
hand her phone right over.
done"?
Yeah.
You would be like, "Okay."
Yes, I would.
If someone told me that, I'd be like,
You know what though? I've been so good at socials.
Yeah.
I don't scroll, I post and I get off. I think that big chunk of time that I was off socials kind of set me
figure out
up
what to do with the time.
"Good."
Yeah. I re-downloaded Candy Crush, which has been awesome.
There it is.
Quick story. Which when I lose, I get frustrated. So I only try
So then
two
she
more
buys
times.
it.
No, I don't buy. No. Money is precious.
We're not gambling.
We're not gambling. So Easton, why don't you tell them the sad story about the squirrel, and then we'll venture into Vanderpump
Oh my
Rules.
goodness. So I just learned more today that it was a nest, Lisa said.
Is my heart going to be broken?
It might
Your
be,
heart's
'cause
going to
mine-
be broken. It's going to break into a million pieces.
I dry heaved. It was the worst. So
my God.
Law in her home has a giant palm tree that's 4 stories high?
It's probably taller. It's
Yeah.
very, very
It's huge.
tall.
So 3 squirrels in a nest. It's a little windy. I'm outside just hanging out playing basketball, and I just see something falling out of the tree. And it hits the wire and then the top of the fence. And when I
It's
tell
not
you,
funny. It's devastating.
and it
No,
a
this
good smack on the fence. And then I just run over and it
I can't
is
believe
doing
she's laughing. I feel like I want to sob my eyes out.
No, I'm so
Thinking
sorry.
about it
Keep
now.
telling me. Keep
But,
telling
like,
me.
and now it's like fucking it's pretty much dying. It's broken all its limbs. It's like scooting away. It's
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
No, and
Did you guys?
Yeah, we got
try
it.
and get
Yeah,
it?
so I see it. It's struggling. I'm gonna dry heave. So Landon and I, like, they can't do it. So we go out. We get a
No, I couldn't do
dustpan
it.
and a bag, and it's
Because you don't know if he could bite it or if they have
ran- yeah.
rabies.
Yes.
So we put him in in a dustpan. We put him in a box with like a blanket with water. We put some nuts in there, and he drank a little. And
He didn't
ate
drink any, did he? Did
No,
you
he
watch him drink?
Yeah, Landon refilled his water, and he moved a couple of times in the box, and nuts were missing.
How
I
small
doubt
was
that.
he?
I really highly doubt that.
Well, we don't know if he like flipped them out because he was.
He very well could have.
Was he a
but-
baby or a
Yeah,
I
so
Googled and he was between 7 and 12 weeks.
dog? Was he struggling?
It
the
was
worst.
I'm
it was
sick.
hard. It was to the point where like
Beyond.
I
So-
wanted to kill him to put him out.
no,
of
no, no,
whatever
no,
he
no.
was
But
going
we
through.
obviously did
didn't,
not do
but
that.
like that's how I
But
felt. Like I didn't want him to
texted
go
my
through it.
neighbor and I said, "We have a baby squirrel. Do you know of like a wildlife place that I can call to maybe help him?" And at that point, the place had closed. So she said, "I have 2 squirrels in my yard as well. So they probably all fell out of the nest,
All of them fell.
and her 2 fell straight to the ground.
So they're
So they're fine."
oh fine.
In fact,
Yeah.
her
No,
her
it's-
neighbor, her gardener today put them back into a tree because we have a stucco wall that they couldn't climb up. My squirrel,
hit the stucco wall.
it was
Yeah.
like
did you see that at all on the
no, but last night, like we built a box and I picked him up. I went to Target and got like heavy duty gloves and I put him in the box with a sweatshirt, so it's like a material that his nails wouldn't snag when he moved around. And I put water in there and nuts. And then this morning,
Oh,
Did he die? Was he?
Oh, did you go check?
Was he passed away this morning? Or do you? So you don't know when he may have passed. But that's what I'm saying. Like I knew he was struggling, and obviously it's like a horse. You know, you don't want him to struggle. You put
Yeah.
him down. There's things that you do, and like I was watching him in like fetal position. He was like struggling to breathe. His little eyes. No, I'm not really choked up. No.
Can I have-
It was. It's like it sucked watching, and when I tell you like the sound his probably head made, like. Yeah, I dry heaved. Like I couldn't do it.
You
It
guys,
was
for
so
anyone who goes through this, isn't there someone you can call, like a wildlife
yeah,
vet?
there
and I
is-
was gonna. They were closed by when I called,
Okay.
and so I tried to make him as comfortable as I could.
Oh,
And I Googled like what to do because on their website they tell you like do not handle bats. Here's what you do with an owl. Here's what you do, and it like goes through all these animals that are wild. And I saw a squirrel, and they said exactly how to handle them, and then to put a heating pad on low under half the box. So I did that, and I got him really cozy, and then I was gonna call this morning, but when I went out there, he had his like little hands like this, and he just wasn't breathing
Yeah.
anymore. But he looked very peaceful, and I was beyond traumatized. And Ocean wanted to see, and she was so cute, you guys.
why? What'd she do?
She said, maybe if we show him my princess shoes. And I was like, baby, he's in heaven. I was like, we have to tell him to rest in peace. And she was like, this is so sad. Rest in peace. She like my
Did
daughter
she see
has
him
like
when he was alive?
no.
Okay.
My daughter's like an old, like the things that she thinks about. Like I picked her up from the other house this morning and we're driving, and I'll just name the nanny Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I didn't say goodbye to Bianca. And I was like, it's okay, baby. You're going to see her soon. And she goes, but I needed to say goodbye to Bianca. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot.
Oh,
And I'm like, it's fine. Like, you're going to see her soon. Like, she's just she's a
It's very,
very
in tune,
smart and intelligent child. So she
and she loves
was very
animals.
cute.
What an angel. Really quick, back to the squirrel. Do you think if you guys, just because I'm curious, if you would have taken it to a vet, they don't take care of those?
they
right?
would have put him down. I think he
Okay.
was I think there was a lot of internal bleeding
Okay.
happening. He couldn't open his eyes. I think there was like brain damage, internal bleeding. It was absolutely horrific and traumatizing. And I hope that he died in peace. He looked very peaceful this morning, and I would hold him in my glove and like kind of, let him know like, and he opened his eye a tiny bit last night, and I'm like, maybe he just needs like some rest. Yeah. But no.
He could have passed under a cold bush if you guys didn't do that. I'm sure he passed peacefully. It sounds like you guys did everything you could.
We looked out for the little guy.
You looked out for him. And let me clarify, I had never heard the story. So I didn't know where it was going. Two things. Number one, I laughed because I did not know that was the squirrel that was going to get killed.
I will say,
I thought he was going to say it flipped through the air and then kept running. And I was like, oh my God, the thought of a squirrel like flipping through the air. And number two, I told you guys this. I laugh sometimes. Sometimes I think and I get uncomfortable and I go, what's the worst thing I could do in this moment? Laugh. And then I laugh. And that happens. I've done it at funerals. It's fucked up.
No.
It's fucked up.
That's how you express. If you don't laugh, you cry.
Yeah, that's true.
And we cried for you, so don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Thank you for laughing for us.
So there's that devastating story. I feel good about what we did yesterday.
Yeah, good for you guys.
With the squirrel.
If debit is your go-to card, Discover thinks it's time you get rewarded too. So check out Discover Cashback Debit, a game-changing checking account with cash back on everyday debit card purchases. That's right, cashback isn't just for credit cards anymore. Whether it's gas, groceries, or dinner with friends, you can start earning cash back. And did I mention there are no fees? Period. Check out transaction eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
Do we want to bust into, what's it called? Vanderpump Rules? Yeah.
Yes. So my question really quick before we get into the episode, jumping to the end, is I saw Jax. Now, what we watched, because, we see the episode a day before, so we can talk about it. I had assumed we would follow Jax into the Valley and then it would go into the Valley premiere like Scheana did. But that's not what happened. But I'm assuming we go right into the Valley episode, right, La?
What's going to happen is now the Valley will air right after Vanderpump Rules. So I'm sure after Jax left, he had cameras in his car
and
followed him home to his house where he talks to Brittany about what it was like. And now we're introduced to. Can I tell you what's weird?
Huh?
Is the after show now includes people from the Valley, and to see people who I know but don't really know that well weigh in on my pregnancy. I'm like, this is weird. This is so weird.
Because we're recording this Monday, have you seen the Valley premiere?
No.
You haven't?
No.
So you'll be seeing it with everyone else?
I'll be seeing it with everyone else. Yep.
This is exciting.
I'm excited. It should it should be really, really good.
I'm excited.
The trailer was amazing.
Right?
Was it? I didn't see it.
Oh.
I didn't see the trailer. But it was good?
Yeah.
Good. I love that.
Do you want to jump in?
Let's jump in. I'm letting you guys this whole entire season kind of run the Vanderpump segment. Ask the questions, do your thing.
Fun. Okay.
Fun. Riveting.
Easton, interrupt me. I'm just going off my notes. But the first thing I wrote down is the scene with you and Katie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the very first. Lala says she's
Did you
not
say
good.
that when you and the first scene is you and
when
Katie
she says, how are you? And I say, I'm not good. Yes.
Perfect. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're at the Henry.
Okay.
This went in a direction I honestly didn't think it was going to go in. I thought you guys were going to be at each other. How did you feel? Do you remember sort of what you expected in that scene versus how it went? Did you expect her to come at you or did you expect it to be as peaceful and productive as it was?
I didn't know what to expect. I knew that my guard was down and I wasn't about to have a confrontation. As you guys know, I tried to come from a place of just my version of what I felt was logic. I tried to come from a place of compassion. Of course, the pop-off still lives in my DNA. But remember, at this point in time, I was having discussions with California Cryobank. I was literally thinking of the timeline, prepping my body, prepping my mind to get pregnant and carry a child, right? So for me, I was I need my guard down. I don't want to fight with anybody. Of course, you guys see tension this season and I come out of pocket, but ultimately I was I don't want it. I don't have it in me. You guys saw me on the boat with Tom where he was he thought I was coming for him and I said, I'm tired. I'm so tired. I was tired. I'm tired now, mostly because I am pregnant now. But it was just, I don't have it in me. So like, if you want to fight, let's pick this up in like late fall of 2024. Because I'm not, well, now I'm thinking that. But I was just like, I don't have it in me this season. And hopefully, like, I'm still going to have tough conversations, but I'm not looking to rip anyone's head off.
Yeah.
You know, I've had time to process. So I was coming in very open-minded with an open heart. And if she wanted to pop off, then maybe I could have gone there. But I was feeling more sensitive than anything.
Well,
and she ordered the sparkling water, and that's the one way to butter me up.
It was sweet. It was sweet. You asked her to be softer. I don't know. It was just a really sweet
I thought it was a sweet
conversation.
scene, too.
And productive.
Yeah.
It's great. So I wrote the next it was the pool party at Sandoval's. And he had the girls.
When he's in the pool?
Yes, when he's in the pools. And the editing was hilarious because it was so awkward. Do you remember
So
that?
weird is
awkward.
the way he was even standing in the pool.
Yeah, and he's talking to the girls. And I get the edit. Bravo to the editors once again. Because like and he says in his confessional, he's like, I'm trying to get back out there, but I haven't done this in so long. Well, you kind of have, but
Yeah, you're done.
It's different when you're actually single, right? It's different dating and fucking when you're actually allowed to do it. You know, when you actually should be. Doing it the right way is a little funky for him.
Exactly.
We could tell.
Yeah,
He had
and
no idea. And for him to be like, and Ariana, yeah, that's my ex. It's like, why are we bringing that up?
I want to talk about the girls. He met them at
Sir, I think, right?
Sir. Like, we know they know, right?
Of course they know.
Okay. Do we think, I'm going to ask the BTS questions. You tell me what I can't ask. They know they're about to be filmed because there's cameras there.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure Tom said, I'm having a birthday thing just so you know it's going to be filmed. Because without their consent, they can't come to the party. We're filming and we're not about to put money into blurring your face, bitch.
Right. Do you think, because they did act a little clueless, do you think that was editing and they were like, oh yeah, we know, or because you were not there, but do you think that was editing, or do you think it was like they tried to pretend like, oh, we don't know what's
I'm gonna go off and say they probably pretended they didn't know.
You think?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're at Sir,
You know.
you're not there for the food.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You're
You
at
know,
Sir.
you're going there because it's Sir, and then you're gonna dig the food and come back. But come on.
Yeah. Girlies, if you want to DM me and let me know if you listen to the Give Them Lala podcast, which why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right.
Let us know if you
They
knew.
do. If they're going to Sir, they're listening.
However, even though he is like, let's just go off of what he said. He's new to it. We can like go into you're not new about it, but like I'm over Sandoval, all the shit, whatever. Let's just say like that did resonate with me. When you're new to it, it is so hard. Like, what do you talk about? And he wasn't drinking at the time either, he says.
Yeah.
So you're going into it and you're like, what do I talk about with you? And you're at this house, which is very awkward because like I share it with my not girlfriend.
With my roommate.
With my not living girlfriend. You know? It's like
I have a roommate
so
that hates me.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But it was an awkward scene.
It was the
it was
most
very
awkward.
awkward. Sandoval's assistant, Anne.
Yeah.
Never met her, by the way. She seems like a sweetie. I watch her, and I want to say one thing. Lala has never, I got hired on as her assistant. We've done all the things. She's never asked me to do what Anne does. I've never cleaned. I've never been the housekeeper. I would have been so open to it. I just never have. Like, we pick up stuff together after certain event or whatever. What do you think when you see this relationship? Like, Anne, do you ever, because part of me was like, damn, I bet Lala looks at Anne and goes, I wish Jessica would clean around the house.
No. We have a Gigi. We have a Gigi.
I don't wish that at all.
Okay, that's what I mean.
If you have time to clean my house, I don't have enough going on to have an assistant.
Oh, no. Okay.
You know?
Yes, I saw. She seems very sweet and nice.
If
and,
you
like,
have
good for
time
her.
to mediate between me and my ex,
Yeah.
I don't have enough going on for you to be an assistant. All right? Like, your job was laid out very clear.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to clean my breast pump?
No, I never cleaned. In Lala's talking about the interview that was aired season 9, she said you may have to clean my breast pump. I never had to, and I was open to it.
You know, I almost let Jessica go her first day before she arrived. because I was like, what am I supposed to have her do? Do I even need an assistant? Like, and she said, how have you been doing this by yourself? And I'm like, well, not well, bitch.
I showed up in the
Constantly
second.
being critiqued at what I've done wrong with my posts and all of it.
The second I got Lala's email list of people to reach out to, and I reached out to everyone, introduced myself, send me emails your way, we're catching Lala up. It was an influx. And I was like, how have you been doing this? This is crazy. It was crazy, but we got it together.
You know, when we were filming,
Yeah.
and Anne came into the mix, and Ariana and Katie, they were like, you know, Lala, you know what an assistant does. Like, is this normal? And I'm like, no. I mean, I think if you need someone to clean your like, was it stated in the job description?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, when he hired her, did he say, you're going to be cleaning the house as well?
Right.
Because if it was stated, and he claims, I told her, like, you're going to clean up after me for parties. So maybe she knew the job description and she still signed up. And she looks thrilled about life.
Well, was wait, is that? I mean, she seems happy.
She seems very happy.
She's more of a mom
I
role.
don't know about that. Poor
She
Ann.
doesn't?
She seems like
I
a
think she's just getting through
ball
the
of
day.
sunshine.
Oh, she is?
And I see you. You're doing
And
well.
I see you. Do you think she goes home and cries?
No,
she
she,
seems like-
goes
no,
home
she goes
and
homes
gets
and-
really fucking high, she
Yeah.
said.
Hell yeah, and
She's so,
I like
I
Ann.
love her.
What a vibe.
Now when I see her, I'm like, oh yeah.
Savan.
Keep putting that mask on, baby. You're getting
blunt,
through the day.
doobie. Where we at, Ann?
Good for her. Good for her. Okay. We are gonna go to Scheana and Ariana conversation. And
Okay.
it was with it was about Scheana basically set this thing up for Ariana where she goes, a few years down the road, if Sandoval has worked on himself and we become friends, how are you going to feel? And Ariana says in her confessional, I feel like Sheena's setting me up for, her to become friends with Sandoval again. And so here's my question. And
Yeah.
you tell me if you can or can't. How is the Sandoval thing? Are they friends? Is Ariana holding the same energy, or is this something we're going to see play out? Because in this scene, it seemed like Ariana was not ever. She basically told Scheana, I would be like, watch your back. And I'm like, years down the road, if he's done work, I don't know. It just made me be like, really?
The rate we're going, I could see her doing that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Is letting go happening at all? Is indifference setting him? I don't know.
Well, will we see it? Maybe we'll see it play out. I guess we'll see it at the
No.
reunion. Maybe talk.
I just wish Scheana would just move according to how she feels
Okay.
and not ask for permission. Like, hey, just so you know, kind of like how James is moving. James is like, I got your back, Ariana. And then he goes and has dinner because he's a grown ass man with whoever he wants to fucking go have dinner with.
Yeah.
You know? And I think the thing that's happening with Scheana, and people are saying a lot of things about her. And let me tell you something. Anybody who actually gets to meet Scheana, you're gonna pick Scheana. She's fun. She smiles. She's light energy. You're gonna have a heyday with Scheana. So you can talk about her being a flip-flopper all day. It doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck what anyone watches. In real life, cameras down, she doesn't play to the audience, right? Scheana struggles with an internal battle at all times. How do I make sure you're happy, the audience likes me, but I still get to make myself happy? Well, this is what you get. This is what you get when someone tries to play that way. Is you got a bunch of people unhappy, including Scheana. I wish she just would have, let it be. I got your back, Ariana. I will always choose you if it comes down to it. But I'm gonna kick it with him if I feel like. Because
Yeah.
I'm a grown adult. And if that puts a wedge in our friendship, then I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I
To be
hear
honest,
you.
it's such a sticky situation. I know Scheana, and Sheena's super fucking fun. And let me tell you something. This bitch invited 150 people to Summer Moon's second birthday people, and 150 people came.
Second birthday people, you said. Second
Birthday party. And 150 people came.
What?
Yes.
Good for she has
People fuck hard with Scheana.
yeah. Good for her.
So the audience may not fuck with her, but if the audience got to meet her, let me tell you would pick her.
Well, I think the audience did fuck with her this episode only because then we move into the Belmont where I was like, bravo, Scheana. She basically talks to Sandoval and says like, take accountability. And it was a great, obviously I'm not doing it justice, but she was great. And then he wasn't. He was being a little bitch boy and she moved on. And she was like, you know what? I'm done. And she walked away.
Yeah.
But that brings me into, because I want to hear both of your opinions on the Scheana Brock nanny combo. Brock's frustrated.
Okay.
He wants a nanny. He wants a regular schedule. Scheana states the obvious and says, we don't have a regular schedule. How do you feel about this? Because you're about to bring another baby into the world.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to have a nanny if you can afford it? I know it's a luxury, but if you can, to have a nanny, to have a regular schedule for your kids. Because I feel like for moms, it's a constant push and pull of like, how long do I have the nanny? Is it me? Like, should I be with my kid more? If you're able to get a nanny, how crucial do you think it is? And I'm sure it depends on families, but I want your thoughts.
Well, I think it's incredibly important for Brock and Scheana to get a nanny. Because first of all, Erica's incredible, but the difference between Erica and my mama lives with me, right? So if I have to go and work, my mom is there, right? There's no scheduling that has to happen with my mom. Like scheduling has to happen with Erica, Sheena's mom.
Right.
Now, it's imperative, I think, that they get a nanny that's more on a consistent basis because Scheana works and Brock wants to go make something happen in his career. So I know the struggles that Scheana has, and having Erica is such a blessing, but to let some air out of the tires, I think that they need to hire someone where it's more stability, consistency, and it's just kind of like nothing's up in the air. So it's not like, well, I thought that you were going to take summer today and now I got to call my mom because I have to go do this. It's just like, here's the schedule. This is when the nanny's showing up. Tomorrow my mom has her. And that way Scheana can, she struggles a lot. So it's like something has to give where like it's you don't have to think about it. You've already got enough to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it seems like for Ocean, because you guys are so consistent with her schedule with Gigi and you, that it works. Like the consistency, while you guys are consistent, it seems like that works. So I see where Brock's coming from.
It does work, but at the same time, like I would like to move my mom into a different position and have her manage more of like the office situation because we do a lot of things in the office and I need someone who's kind of boots on the ground in the office at all times, taking care of shit, right? Mm-hmm. So I'd like to move her there and then bring on a nanny. So I called Stassi and I was like, what agency did you go through? Because I need to start, I'm having a baby in like a few months.
That's crazy town.
Yeah. So Ocean's going to start school and then I need someone to come in and my mom can't take care of a newborn. My mom's 63.
Well, newborns are.
And it's a lot. Yeah. I can't expect my mom to be like, take care of this newborn, pick Ocean up from school. Now you've got a toddler and a newborn. Like I need someone who's like a champion in childcare.
Right. And you're going to pump again. I know we're going into baby, but you're going to pump again if you can, right? Or I'm sorry, breastfeed again is what I meant.
But all of my mama friends who also work, who had kids during the pandemic, they were like, breastfeeding during the pandemic is a different game than breastfeeding in the real world.
That's why I asked.
It's hard as shit.
Yeah.
So that's the plan. But if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
But I would like to because my boobs are huge.
I know.
Already.
Do you want to keep, if you don't breastfeed, do you lose the boobs? Yeah. Right.
I thought they get bigger if you don't breastfeed.
No.
Oh.
They get bigger because of the milk coming in and it's supply and demand, just like the real world, right?
Yeah.
The more it sucked, the more we got to get, the more we got to make. So I'm trying to have balloons.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm a bag of fun.
No.
Anyway, Do you have any more questions about Vanderpump
No,
Rules?
let's move on.
Let's move on to ache and relief. Jess, you want to start us off? Jiu-Jitsu queen.
Jiu-Jitsu queen. My ache is my back, you guys. I don't know if it's age. I don't know if it's jiu-jitsu, but
jiu-jitsu.
I got cupped the other day. I still have the marks.
Oh, okay.
And that was nice. And
Cupping was a really
never-
in thing back in the day. In fact,
Yeah.
A-list celebrities would do red carpets with cupping marks.
Stop.
100% they would. Google it.
Why
Google
just
it.
back in the day? Did they find it didn't work or something? Or just
No,
the look?
I think that stylists were like, let's not show the back thing. Or maybe let's cup after the Oscars.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, they would turn backless with all their cupping marks.
that's hilarious. I have to Google this. So I guess that's my relief is that the ache is my back, and I'm still working
and
on
the
it.
relief is her pussy and her crack.
One of the guys at
That's
jiu-jitsu
Kyle's
said that
relief.
today.
That is. Oh, you dirty dog.
Oh my God. So yeah, that's the relief. The scraping, the cupping, the massage will get better.
Okay, I love it. Easton, what are you aching and relieving this week?
My ache is my sleep schedule is all shitty. I can't sleep, as you guys have seen. Yeah.
What do you think it is?
I don't
Anxiety?
know. I wake up with a little anxiety, but it's not. It just goes away quick. I don't know. We're figuring out. We're dealing with it.
Yeah.
You're probably sleeping at night for 3 hours and then waking up.
I'm getting 5, but that's what you get.
What, 5?
5 hours of sleep. 5 and a
No, I
half.
need to add-
I need 6.
Yeah,
6
I
and a
need
half.
more.
But that's it. So I'm getting 5. So it's not like I'm not getting any sleep. But that is my ache, is my sleep schedule. So I'm going about that and putting some structure in.
I love it.
And then my relief is, I don't know, just life. Just
Life is good.
Yeah,
Life
life's
is a good relief.
Life's good.
I love a good life relief.
Oh, good.
That's my relief. It's just life.
That's gorgeous. I love that for you.
That's gorgeous.
My ache is definitely the squirrel.
Yeah.
That
That was going to be mine, but I knew it was going to be hers.
Yeah, thanks for letting me
I'll
have
let
it.
you have it.
That really tore out my heart and soul. I will say my relief is the reunion.
Your relief?
Getting it done.
Not
Just
even getting it done.
or how you did it.
I can't explain it. I think you guys will see what it was like, but when it was done and I accepted how everything had left and everything was left and kind of worked through it, it was like a giant elephant was lifted off of my chest. I was like, wow, I really, really lived in the deepest of my truths.
Good.
Hey,
Yeah.
the
There
weight
you go.
lifted.
Yes.
I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait. I've heard a little, but I cannot wait.
Yeah, no, I think you guys will really, really fucking enjoy it.
Amazing.
You guys, I want to thank you for listening to another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, you can listen every Wednesday for the regular episode, wherever you get your podcasts. And our YouTube video of the podcast drops Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And also remember, we have bonus episodes every Monday. The video and audio drops same day. You're welcome. And I will catch you next week. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Give Them Lala podcast. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get all 3? I'm getting really good at that.